Hello Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be doing my 34-week pregnancy update. Before we get into today's video, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and hit that notification bell. And if you're not already subscribed to my Substack newsletter, you should definitely check it out. You will get a ton of exclusive content not available anywhere else. So head to classicallyabby.substack.com and check out my book club and discussion threads and all of this other great fun stuff. So including my podcast, check it out. And if you want to follow me on social media, it's at classicallyabby absolutely everywhere. So I am officially 34 weeks pregnant, which is crazy. That means we are 6 weeks away from the due date. We are now sitting in one corner of the nursery. We are going to be doing a nursery reveal on my channel, but now you're getting like a little sneak preview of one of the little corners that I really love. This is kind of my corner of the nursery because this is the glider, and I can rock little man to sleep when he's born. So that'll be really nice. And I'm really excited to share the nursery reveal with you. I'm actually gonna go into that a little bit today, but I'm excited to talk to you guys about just where I'm at in the pregnancy, what I've been feeling, how the third trimester has been going, and all of that good stuff. So grab a cup of tea, grab some coffee, even just some water. I'm having some seltzer with orange juice. That's just what I wanted today, so that's what we're doing. And let's get into today's video. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a quick bump date. I don't know that this is the absolute best outfit for it, but you can see the bump and it has grown, so let's do that real quick. So as you can see, the bump is there. It is loud and proud, but it's so funny because my mom keeps telling me that I have such a small bump that I like really am not big at all, and to me it feels huge. So you guys can let me know in the comments, is she just being nice or do I have a small bump for 34 weeks? Let me know, I'd love to hear. So the biggest thing that I have noticed during this part of the pregnancy is that I am exhausted. I am so tired. And I've talked about this on my Instagram. I've talked about it on my Substack. I've even talked about it here on my channel, this feeling of slow living that I've just needed to embrace. That I can't get everything done because I'm simply going to get too tired during the day. And that needs to be okay. Slow living, this concept of slow living, and I will link that video up here, that has really given me such a good perspective towards this part of pregnancy. I think a lot of women could feel like frustrated and fight against it or feel like they were a failure for not being able to get everything done. But once you recognize that you just can't do more than your body can actually physically handle, it's a lot better, and it just feels like you're accepting where you're at. So, oh my gosh, though, I have been getting tired so early, and then as soon as I'm tired, I just like want to go to sleep and I fall asleep super quickly. But unfortunately, even though I go to bed really early, I don't sleep the best and I wake up early. So I don't get to actually get like a full night's, 8-hour sleep generally. I would say in the last week, I've been able to sleep actually a little bit better, and I've been sleeping through the night a little bit more. But for a while, I was waking up like every morning between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. for an hour and a half and just kind of like, now I wake up, I use the restroom, and then I get back in bed and I can fall back asleep. So that's kind of where I'm at sleep-wise. My belly has definitely grown, and the difference from week to week is really intense. My skin kind of doesn't feel the best if I don't moisturize. It can feel kind of painful, like it's stretching. I mean, there's a whole human here now. And so I definitely can feel like my skin trying to stretch to fit him in there. One of the things I've noticed is like pain around my belly button. I just get like that feeling of things pulling around my belly button. But the Honest Beauty Company makes a balm, like a belly balm that I really like. It like doesn't have any scent, and it just feels really good on my skin. Nivea cream is also a really good option, and those really help on the nights where things feel a little more tight. But the best thing ever is that the baby moves all day. I love it. He's awake right now. He's moving a little bit, and it's so much fun. I just love it. And there's nothing in the world that makes me happier than feeling my little boy moving around. Now, the movements change throughout pregnancy, and I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, because early on it really does feel like little pokes from the inside. Like it feels like somebody is poking you from your belly, and it's a weird kind of feeling, but it's a little more understandable and easy to describe. At this point in the pregnancy, it doesn't feel like pokes. It feels like shifts, like he's shifting an elbow or he's shifting a knee or something. And I can feel his little hands sometimes, and it feels like they're going like this. I don't know if that's what he's doing, but that's what it feels like. And I can feel his feet up under my ribs. So it feels a lot more like a human is moving around in there, as opposed to just like random little pokes and movements. So it is a very different feeling, and it is hard to describe, but it's very special. And I can't, that's the thing. I started crying about this a few weeks ago. I'm going to miss having this baby inside of me. I'm going to miss feeling his little kicks. And that's what I'm looking forward to in all of my future pregnancies, is kicking. I love it so much that I'm like gonna miss it when he's born. I've also been getting swollen ankles. So that's a fun thing. When you're pregnant, the blood flow is a little bit disrupted because you're carrying all this extra weight, and also it's all in this one area of your body. And when I stood for a really long time one day, I was standing for a really long time, I looked down at my ankles. I was like, I don't know why my legs look kind of puffy. And I looked in the mirror. I was like, oh my goodness, my ankles are very swollen. So if I stand for a long time, my ankles can get pretty puffy. So I just wear compression stockings, and that really helps. I usually wear them every day, and the problem is I only have 3 pairs, so I have to wash them every 3 days. Speaking of which, I have a load in the laundry, and I need to put it in the dryer. Remember this for after this video. But the compression stockings really help. I have been getting a little bit of nausea here and there, and I hear that that's pretty common in the 3rd trimester. I asked my doctor about it, and he was like, yeah, your stomach has this much room now. So like eat smaller meals. So when I eat smaller meals, I'm usually a little bit better, but I can get nausea if I push it. And it's usually later in the day, not so much earlier in the day, because I'm pretty good about snacking throughout the day as opposed to just sitting down and eating like a huge meal. But this morning, for the first time, I got dizzy. Like I was sitting in the sunroom, and I just was talking to my mom on the phone, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, the room is spinning. So there's all these weird things that you get in the 3rd trimester, just throughout pregnancy really, that kind of come and go and pass, but it is funny. The big thing I have had is hip pain. Now that's been like somewhat throughout the pregnancy, just from sleeping on my side. But as I've gotten bigger, when I'm sleeping at night, my hips don't feel great, but they're starting to feel better. So I think it just kind of comes and goes for me. As soon as I feel like, oh, I'm not having hip pain anymore, it comes back. So I'm not having hip pain right now, but that doesn't mean that I won't have hip pain in a week. So I asked Jacob, okay, what kind of things do you notice about me in the 3rd trimester? So he said exhaustion, like you're tired all the time. And I said, pretty much, yeah. And he said he notices, because we go for walks together every day, he's noticing how hard it is for me to actually walk. Like I'm huffing and puffing, but I make it through, and we do like a 30-minute walk every day. But it's just tiring. It's something that my body is like, ooh, we gotta work this. We gotta work through it. He can't walk too fast, or else I'm left in the dust. So that's something he thought he wanted to remind me about. And the last thing is that whenever little guy moves, he said, you always say, hey, little man, hey, little man. And I do that. When he moves a lot, I feel like I have to have a conversation with him, like, hey, little man, what are you doing in there? Are you having a party? And that's kind of how we have a conversation. I talk to the baby a lot in the car. I feel like we're hanging out together when I'm in the car. So if he starts moving and grooving in there, I'm like, oh yeah, how are you doing? I'm doing well. And we just have a little conversation. So that's kind of like the symptoms section of this video. Let me know in the comments down below, is this similar to your pregnancies? Or if you haven't been pregnant before, are any of these things something you'd never heard of or a surprise to hear? I'd love to know. But from a more practical perspective, the nursery is set up. I am so happy. It was so stressful to me to have this not be ready to go. I am somebody who loves to just have things organized, and we couldn't do that because we were moving. So as soon as we got into this house, we got everything unpacked, and then I was like, this is going to be my main focus. Yes, I might not get my work done as quickly, but I need to get this done. I need to get the nursery set up. And we did it, and I love it, and I'm so happy, and I'm gonna do this tour. I'm gonna show you guys everything and kind of explain just how we decided to set everything up, and I love it. It's not only cute, it's actually really functional, and that's fantastic. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys and see what you guys think. Yeah, so that's awesome. So happy that the nursery is finally set up. And now we're just getting ready for him actually being here, him actually being born. It's such a crazy thing. We're only 6 weeks away, and I have to prepare myself for labor. So we've been doing a birth course, which I think I mentioned in a different video that we're going to do this birth course, and then I want to do a review on it and tell you guys whether or not we really liked it. As of now, I love it. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm excited to share my experience with it. So we're doing that, and we're just kind of mentally preparing. We're just really excited about it. I mean, things are going to be really different, and my mom's going to come and help us for the first few weeks, which I'm so grateful for. But then we're getting into Passover right around his due date, so that's kind of crazy. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, and I'm really excited about it. So that is my 34-week pregnancy update. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you haven't already subscribed to my Substack newsletter, where you'll get access to a ton of exclusive content, go to classicallyabby.substack.com right now. If you want to follow me on social media, it's at classicallyabby absolutely everywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!